So Marvel released their first Phase 5 movie, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. This movie has been very controversial because there's been a lot of people that have liked it, but there's been a lot of people that have hated it. And today I'm going to explain to you my opinion if this movie is good or not. And it's going to be a quick review, and let's go on to the review. Warning before the video starts, this video contains Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania spoilers. So let's get the big elephant out of the way, the Rotten Tomatoes score. The critics hate it, but the audience generally loves it. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but what I believe is that people are going too much to the opposite side. Some people are too overhated and some people are too over liking it. Like, yes, this movie has a lot of flaws, I think, and it has some good things too. The best thing about this movie, in my opinion, is Jonathan Majors' performance as Kang the Conqueror. He did a great performance, even better than Paul Rudd, and I love Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, and Jonathan Majors have exceeded my expectations. And the one episode we saw him in Loki was great, and him being the main villain of this movie has made me sold on him as Kang the Conqueror. And I can't wait to see how his other variants are and future projects he's gonna be in. But since I'm a little comparing, I'm gonna talk about some stuff I did not like. Mordog, I have a mix with him. I like him, but also don't like him. Especially in the end, how they dealt his death, because he died in the end, and they made more of a joke than something more like, I don't know. I know it's not gonna be serious, but they made it play out like a complete joke, like he didn't matter at all. They didn't really balance him good, because he was very intimidating for a little bit, then the next day he is open his helmet, and to be honest, the CGI, it was not the greatest, but it didn't also look great. And you know, it looks kind of like silly, so I don't know, it was a bit of a mixed bag. So overall, I am okay with Mordog. I don't really love him, but I don't really hate him. The other thing I didn't like was that Hope, what's her name, Janet, and Hank Pym were not there most of the time. They were in their own side quests, and it was mostly focused on Ant-Man and her daughter and Kang, which I actually pretty liked that they went with that. But also, the name of this movie is Ant-Man and the Wasp. There's not much Wasp in it to be called Ant-Man the Wasp. It's mostly Ant-Man Quantumania, not Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania. Also, one thing that was annoying is that Janet keeping her mysterious secret for no reason, because literally they're walking and they're like, oh, just tell us what's happened here, and like, I'll tell you later, not right now. And they just continue to walk in, just continue to walk, and they don't say nothing. Like, she could just quickly explain, which would be a great time to explain, because it could tell us a little backstory of Kang and then show him to us so we can feel more things. But they decided to just keep it quiet into the very end. Not very end, but in the middle of the movie, which they could have done way sooner. Also, the thing about this movie is that the beginning and the end are like really boring. The movie really shines in the middle, like in the middle part. There's some shine moments in the end, but I'll talk about a little bit later on why I don't like as much as I should have. But in the middle of the movie is really where we shine on like the movie. We see some strange things. It's giving me like Guardians of the Galaxy vibes, because this is the first time we've seen the quantum realm as full. Guardians of the Galaxy introduced us to the weirdness of the galaxy, and now Quantumania is showing us the weirdness and uniqueness of the quantum realm. And another thing that I hated the most is that the sex jokes they did, because Janet was stuck down there for a very long time, and they hinted that, oh, she did with some other people, and then of course Hank Pym also said, oh, I did with other people too, but they weren't you. Like, it was weird, that sex joke, but to be honest, like, hee hee haha, it wasn't really funny. But yeah. Although that's another thing about this movie, sometimes it has really forced comedy. Not with Paul Rudd scenes, because he's always funny just naturally. He doesn't have to force it. But other characters, you can see that it was forcefully, like, they try to be funny and like it didn't work sometimes. But in the end of the day, it was a pretty decent comedy. There was decent comedy in this movie, and I did laugh sometimes. This movie would have been way funnier if they had Luis, but no, they decided to not have him in this movie at all. Okay, let me wrap this video up with saying that Oh, why I didn't like the ending. The ending was so great in the beginning of the end, wherever. The battle was good and like it was going good throughout the whole time, and then they're leaving the quantum realm when they were defeat Kang, and like they got the orb thing of the multiverse orb that Kang was trying to use to escape the quantum realm, and he just came out of nowhere and just started like beating up on Iron Man, and you're like, no, it's it. If I don't have to win, you just both have to lose, which I like that line, and it was doing great. And then Hope came and they helped him, and then they shrank the multiverse orb, and Kang was holding on to it, and he's not dead. I'm pretty sure, like I'm 100% sure he's not dead. If anyone thinks that he's dead, you are dumb, but he is not dead. He probably got shrunk into a smaller thing or something. He's not dead. We'll see him later on, but they were just there, and like I thought, oh, he's gonna be in the quantum realm. He's gonna be stuck there actually permanently and just have a consequence on his battle, and he will actually lose. But the thing is, he's an Ant-Man. I didn't expect him to win, so I thought he was gonna try to sacrifice himself so Cassie can go make the Young Avengers. Like, I love that theory. I don't know where that theory came from, but I loved it. But I hate that they didn't win with that. They could still go with the Young Avengers thing, but the Ant-Man being stuck in the quantum realm is not that. I don't care if it was a repeat of Ant-Man the Wasp. I would just love to see there's actual consequence in the third movie, because that's been a pattern in every third movie, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be in the Guardians of the Galaxy, but in this movie it has no consequence in the end. But that's all I have to say, and I'll give this movie Ant-Man the Wasp 7 out of 10. I like it a lot, but there is some things holding it back from making like an 8 or a 9, but I did enjoy watching this movie, and I think it deserves a 7 out of 10, and that's gonna be the end of the video, and goodbye.